Right, welcome back. Last time we fought another war with England and conquered, well, not particularly many provinces. Quite a few here to start intruding into the Amazon, but also these provinces here which are extremely high def, and also happen to have global trade embraced. So it was enough to net me global trade itself, so that's nice. I now have the institution, and that's propelled me to rank 2, just in front of the resurgent Eastern Roman Empire. So now, when it comes to institutions, I'm just waiting for the next two. Nationalism and industrialization. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue fighting England, because of course it would be very helpful to get them off the continent as much as possible, but there is also the issue that I do need to do reforms. And the territory that I conquer happens to have not very much in the way of state reach, or it had. I did manage to push through a bunch of bureaucratic reforms, so that's nice. Though the various factions aren't particularly happy about it, so... yeah, at the very least, provincial corruption and state corruption now have far lower resting points, at least due to laws, at the very least. Yeah, the sources of corruption from laws is inaccurate. I've gotten better than that. Anyway, I've been taking up 2, so I am actually getting the ahead of time bonus in Diplotech, and I've picked up logistics. I'm not sure what I'm going to take for my next idea group. Probably a diplomatic idea group. They tend not to be great. There aren't quite as many as the military or definitely administrative idea groups. Oh well, let's move on. I did recall corrupt officials, right? Yes. That at least means that provincial corruption is going to go down fairly rapidly. Yeah, 10% a year is really good. Or almost 10%. At the very least, this free fall of tax monies plus 0.7. The free fall of tax money should reduce dramatically. I may end up going into debt, but I certainly hope not. Besides, after this is done with, I'll be better off in the end. They must be joking. Yeah, that's not a big deal. Which are close? Yeah. 3 months should be fine to get there in time. Alright, grab oscillating clocks. The problem of no. Global ship trade power plus 2%, trade range plus 120. Really rather just keep it going. The extra trade power. slowly clawing back more income. Emphasis on slowly, though. Since corruption is also affecting recruitment, at least would explain why army maintenance is so bad. How much am I paying for being over force limit? Oh, 50 extra per month. Okay, fine. I'll temporarily disband one of the stacks. This one. This should dramatically reduce costs. So it should at least not be nearly as bad as before. So I could always go industrial ideas. Massive combat efficiency buffs. 10% is a lot in MNT. Boosted peasant labor supply and yearly peasant freedom, especially where the peasant freedom increase from free peasantry has slowed down so much. Heck, there are places inside of my country that still don't have 100 peasant freedom. So, yeah, I mean industrial ideas. There's no reason not to. Especially considering I'm about to start getting nationalism, I presume. Don't I have the requirements for nationalism? 1740 and control 75% of your cultural group's population directly or non-tributary subjects. Yep. I control all of it, honestly. This is the expanse of the... Oh, I don't control all of it, but almost all of it. I also have these two promoted cultures, the Chimu and Northern Runasimi culture, that will obtain it. Because the other provinces, not so much. That takes time. Yeah, I'm not going to grab any of the ideas until I'm certain that I'm starting to obtain nationalism. Anyway, what I really wanted to do is this. Yeah, I don't think I want to touch military reform. Not for a while, anyway. There we go. That should greatly increase the efficiency of the tax system. Without any other side effects, presumably. Keep promoting the aristocratic faction. It's a cheap, easy way to get noble loyalty up. I do need to bring stability back up though, so fulcrum provision. Even as a typical point cap. 5,336. Why is it so high? I guess that's not an issue then. England's going to declare war. Oh, are you sure you're ready for that? Oh, this is gonna be great. How high is gentry loyalty? Yeah, we have no need of such things. Enjoy the tiny court. Yeah, this is a good point to stop. I've got rational taxation now, which is nice. And although, admittedly, I did go into debt for a little while thanks to all the recent bureaucratic reforms, I could do some more though, but I'm a bit low on admin points and I want to save up on those as much as possible. Nationalism is to some degree progressing, though it takes time. It has to have casual literacy available, and also has to be, of course, an accepted culture of some kind. So, and I am generally ready for industrialization, and I just need to wait till 1750 comes around. Then when that happens, it's going to spread in provinces with scientific methods, or invent in provinces with scientific methods and a decent number of industrial districts. Yeah, that's gonna take time. I've also, via event, reduced court titles to a prestigious court, which has no effects. Really, all that's left is to repeal the last bit of urban autonomy. And yeah, that's the last of it from them. Right, I'll just do the decadely internal stuff. Yeah, sure. It's not that. It's 5 legitimacy isn't that much. Let's support commerce. Brokers are quite happy again. Took a while, but yeah, it's not the case. I don't think I even. Yeah, I don't think I need to do the grain dole for a while. These factions are so small that it doesn't matter, so. I'm reasonably up to date in tech, though I am saving, well, I'm generally saving points until I can get the next institution. Right, so in other news, I've also been working on infrastructure, which does mean that it's going to take longer for me to actually embrace the institution because I don't quite have as much money. But some efforts have been made. I've teched up a bit more in admin techs, mainly for goods production buffs, and now I have industrial ideas. So I have plus 30% combat ability on my infantry, and 25% on my artillery. Not to mention the extra fire that you get from completing artillery fire that you get from completing industrial ideas. So my military is top-notch quality, cannot do any better. Which is great because I need it. England decided to declare an imperialist war to me, which is great. At least this means I can, to some degree, take my time when it comes to obtaining war score from battles and ticking war score, though I have most of it. And admittedly, England hasn't done much. They've sent one shipment of troops. Why are you... And that's it. I don't know why I have both selected. They sent one shipment of ground troops and that's it. Otherwise, they've just been trying to blockade me. Which is somewhat effective, but it doesn't work that well. My war exhaustion is now at 0.3. Admittedly, their war exhaustion is at 0, but that's because I can't fight them directly. Sadly. So I can't use war exhaustion to negotiate a better peace deal. I just need to use raw war score. Right now, I can probably grab a few provinces without them complaining. About, oh, the peace deal you haven't won yet, etc. That won't take a 6 war score peace deal, for example. That'll probably take time. Yeah, it's a lot of dev. There's a surprising amount of dev out here, but I think it's just from raw population. As well as, of course, potential economic potential. Admittedly, there haven't been the plagues haven't been as devastating as they could be. So, yeah, it's not really a big deal. But yeah, I've been improving infrastructure. So in the capital, for example, now I've got rank 4 pathing and rank 6 amenities. So my urban population is growing by leaps and bounds. It's almost certain I'm going to need to max out the amenities rank, so I may as well do that now. Max it out at rank 7. Yeah, unsurprisingly, Cuzco is the largest city on the continent. Could it really be anything else? Dominant center of trade, major center of learning. I don't say center of production though. That's strange. There are centers of production, right? Okay, that's really weird. Are you telling me that Cuzco isn't a center of production? No, it's not. That is so strange. Then what are my urbanites doing anyway? I mean, I can see that the resources is filled to cap. Is it really? No, there's twice as many industrial as there are in Gola. Maybe the center's glitched. That's the only explanation I can think of. Yeah. Oh yeah, and in other news, England is the emperor. And judging by the way that they called a crusade against me, they're also the papal controller. Well, they were a few years ago. It could have changed by now. I still don't know anything about Europe. It's kind of sad. They have integrated a lot of their vassals, though. They have a lot of allies, but they're all normally minors. I mean, there is the Eastern Roman Empire. I've also fairly cemented my position as second rank great power. Yeah, the Eastern Roman Empire lost a lot of dev lately. Assuming Iberia doesn't get all 10 institutions. Unlike England. England does seem like they're able to. Well, they haven't gotten. They do have nationalism, but they haven't obtained meritocracy. And again, I don't know what anyone else is doing because I can't see it. And there's no easy way for me to do so other than to actually set up a navy, which I have little to no interest in. Especially considering how difficult it would be for me to get them into the North Atlantic so I can actually start stealing maps off of England to know what's going on there. At best, I can just steal the South Atlantic from Colombia. Yeah, even that's not perfect. Yeah, this really looks like a timeline where England has done their level best to take over the world. Even more so than historic. Look at this Europe. Look at this coastline. It's almost entirely English controlled. It's hilarious. It's atrocious. It's a travesty. It ought to be rectified. And I no longer have the power projection bonus. Can I fix that by sending an insult? We are at war. So. Can I issue an embargo? Okay. That should at least let it go on for a while longer. Embargoing English Brazil will also help. Yeah, they're only rivals because of the fact that I don't have a navy and they have atrocious amounts of manpower. Terrible quality though, so I can win just about any battle. As long as I have a decent general. And by my new standards, you are subpar. It's actually kind of funny. Anyway, I have definitely gone on long enough. I'll see you again next time. Until then. There's a console command to see all because I plan on doing that at the very end of the campaign. Because likely I won't be able to get any maps of the old world.